welcome to Frank's School. If you've only started trying to learn to love German for me, this may puzzle you. I'm dressed in rags. Well, that's me. That's me. Anyway, I've got someone to thank for yesterday. They helped to straighten me out on this. Dessen Tischchen war dann alles schön. She, I don't know, whoever it was told me that this is not the normal way to say it in modern German. But since this is old, it works. You can say it like that. And this comes from a Grimm Brothers folk tale. And so this is about 200-year-old German, which I like, actually. So I wanted to say that. And another thing, and thanks for that help. Another thing, I was reminded of Mark Twain. Mark Twain wrote an essay about German. I think it's called That Awful German Language or something like that. Mark Twain, he's such a funny writer. And he said about this verb business, one of his quotes said that it goes something like this: when a literary German dives into a sentence, that's the last you'll see of him till he comes up on the other side of his Atlantic with the verb in his mouth, referring to the fact that the verb tends to go at the very end of the sentence. Yeah, I'll quote him about something else about German, because he's such a funny writer. Well, German word order is hard. Something that's not so hard here, let me show you this. And then I do want to go on to another sentence, because I don't want to just be stuck on this sentence the whole, well, not stuck, but in den Außenseiten, wo das Wünschen noch geholfen hat. This word here, hat, I want to draw attention to that. There's the verb to be, to have, haben, haben, hat gehabt, I think is the way that would go. Haben, it is such a common verb. It's the verb to have. So this would be to have. There's the infinitive. He had. Well, there are other endings, but I don't want to get into that right now. Dessen Töchter waren. Now that word, there is the verb to be, sein. And this is a very interesting verb. This would be, I guess this would be ist. To be is, well, wait. Oh, cat. This is Roger. Well, anyway, to be is war, was, waren, and gewesen. Don't let that scare you, but I just wanted to point it out because it is, again, such a common verb. Waren alle schön, aber die jüngste war, there it is again. The youngest was, the daughters were, was, were. Not so different from English, which is nice. So it's occurred twice, and that word, you should very early learn it. And I'll show you the whole forms of it. Or, well, I think what I'll do is, as it shows up, maybe I'll show it to you. Now, here's a kind of a treat for you. I'm going to turn the camera. My cat's just going to get involved. And I want you to see this chart. I hope you can see it. Okay. This is a chart. I'm just going to trust you can see that. This is a chart that I called, what did I call it? I called it words that must be known. What I meant by that is must be known if you're going to understand the grammar of English. Let me turn this back just a little bit. Maybe that'll be better. I don't know. Anyway, these are the words that we use all the time in English. And there aren't very many nouns here. There's 8 sides to this chart, and I've shown it elsewhere. Oh, I'll have to get that link for you to show you where I talk about it elsewhere. But here's nouns, there's verbs, adverbs, pronouns, conjunctions, prepositions, adjectives, interjections are over there. Well, what I'm going to do over the next week is I'm going to go through this chart for my purposes and make sure that I know them, you know, that all these words, I'm going to try to make sure I know all these words in German. Let me show you where we've been. The word the, a and an. Now, I spent 4 or 5 days just on that word the and a and an, probably together 5 days on those 2 words. And und, aber is a subordinating, coordinating conjunction, and und is a coordinating conjunction. Now we've seen other words here as well, but why? What made me think to go to that is because this verb to be, am, are, is, was, were, be, being, been. There are the 8 forms of that verb in English, and the verb to have, has, had. There are 3 ways that that occurs in English. Now, by comparison, in German, I don't know. Maybe I should sometime count. But what happens in German is the endings change so much. And the same thing here, the endings change so much that it looks like there are many more forms of the word. And then still one other thing I'll show you on this chart, I guess for now, is, is that inflections, those are changes in word endings. Well, here's the way we inflect verbs. We add S, we add ED, and we add ING in English. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Now, by comparison, that little box in German is going to be huge. And when it comes to nouns, see down here, inflections on nouns, I don't know if you can see this or not, we add S, and it's spelled 3 different ways. That's pretty much all we do in English, to change the endings of nouns. Well, in German, they change all kinds of ways. Now, and we don't really inflect adjectives. Here's adjectives. Well, yes, we do. We put ER or EST on them, although we have the option of more most. But adjectives, I haven't really got to that yet. But unless you wanted to consider the, a, and an as an adjective, if you want to do that, well, think of the word a as an adjective. Well, you saw that it inflected a lot of ways. It changed its endings. Well, this chart, let's see, when and where, I've shown you that sometimes those can be the same word in English, in German. I'm going to work my way through this, I think, and I'll refer to it again sometimes, but it's colorful, more colorful than a blackboard, and I hope that you've been able to see it. All right, I guess that's it for Loving German today. I hope to see you tomorrow.